Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. Today is going to be day one of my makeup inventory. If you missed it, my skincare inventory was posted yesterday. For those of you who've watched it, thank you so much for all of the positive feedback, constructive criticism, all of the comments. I really appreciate it. Today is the start of the makeup inventory. I don't know how many days there are of my inventory, like 5. So it's gonna be a busy week. I have not started posting my inventory on Instagram, but if you aren't following me on Instagram, you can head on over there at the same name, at A Beauty Guru Made Me Do It, all together, no spaces. And if you would like to get better looks at my inventory and compare pictures from this year to previous years, you can see all that over on Instagram. Today we will be covering primers, BB creams, CC creams, foundations, powders, color correctors, concealers, and setting sprays. This is a relatively short video, but there's a lot to go over, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye. Okay, we are kicking off my makeup inventory with face primers. I do like a good face primer, but I have always had too many for many years now, and I am working to get this number down, despite the fact that I kind of impulsively did buy 2 full-size Primed and Peachy primers, even though I already have one. I got them on clearance last month. It was an impulse buy, I'll admit it. I did finish 6 primers overall, most of which were deluxe samples like this. So my category did technically go down by 4 from 27 to 23. I'm okay with it. I still have too many. For this coming year, I've already put these 2 in a project in my advent calendar project pan, and I've decided to put this old Revlon Color Stay primer in a project pan. It's getting kind of old. I've had it for a while. And if I can get through all 3 of those before the end of the year, I'll pick something new to work on. Probably one of these older little guys, just to keep these numbers going down. But we'll see what I'm feeling when the time comes. But for now, I've decided to start working on these 3 so far for this year. So my current number for primers is 23, down from 27. Okay, let's talk about my BB and CC creams for a minute. I had 7 last year, and I was really on track to finish 2 of them this year. This one that is almost gone, and this one that's probably half gone. And not only did I not manage to finish those 2, I realized that this sample of Drunk Elephant, which was in my SPF category, is actually a tinted moisturizer. So this category actually ended up going up by 1 instead of down by 2. I am currently at 8. I did not buy any. It just moved over from a different category, so I'm not too worried about it. And it is just a little sample, but man, I thought this category was going to go down this year. I do plan to finish these 2 products this year, and hopefully this one also. We'll see. But this category should definitely be going down this year. I would love to tackle and get back to my IT Cosmetics CC creams. I don't know if that's going to happen. This is my summer shade. It's much darker. This one I've never used even once. So actually both these products I've never used even once. So I would like to use them and play around with them and see what I think of them. We'll see if that happens this year or not. Okay, here are my liquid foundations. These are not all of my foundations. These are just my liquid foundations. I had 20 of these liquid foundations last year, and I have 20 now. I'm a little disappointed to be saying that out loud. I finished 2 foundations, but I also bought these 2 right here. They were a total impulse buy. They were 50% off, and yeah, I bought those. So still at 20. I don't count these little samples in my inventory. I include them in my inventory, but I don't count them. I'm only counting the full-size bottles. For this year, I think I would like to focus on these three right here. This one right here is in my advent calendar project pan. I think this one's gonna go into Beauty A to Z, and I'm not sure what project this is gonna go in, but I would love to use this up and move it out. So these three, at least for now, are going to be my foundations that I focus on. When I talk about other foundation products in other categories, I think some of those will be in projects too. So I think this is enough for this category right here so that I'm getting my numbers down and still working on them. But yeah, we're at 20. Okay, this is my second category of foundation products. These are just the foundations that are in like jars and pans, so they're a little bit different than the liquid foundations. And I had 10 last year and I'm down to 9, so this category did go down by 1. The one that I finished was a Revlon Color Stay. It took me forever to get through it. I loved it very, very much and I really enjoyed working with it, but I'm so glad it's gone. And I was thinking about these products specifically, and I think the one that is the most realistic for me to tackle and move out of my stash is this old Neutrogena one. I had this in a project a couple years ago, and I did quite a bit of damage. So there isn't that much left. So, and I think this would be a pretty decent color match for me now in the winter time. So I think I would like to move this one out as soon as possible before spring comes and it becomes too light. It might be a little yellow, but I'll see if I can make it work. So I think I am going to put this one in a project and move this one out. Counting the liquid foundations that I was talking about in the last clip, I think that's probably a year's worth of foundation right there. But if I do get through all of those products, I will certainly add something else in and keep working on them. A lot of the foundations I have picked to work on so far are all in the lightest shade. So I'll probably have to pick something that's a darker shade for the summer and early fall months, but that'll get me through a big chunk of the year when I'm at my fairest. So yes, we're at 9. We are down by 1 for this category because I used one up. Here are my only 2 foundation sticks. I had 2 last year. I think I had 2 the year before that. It's the same 2. They don't go anywhere. These are definitely the deepest shades that I have and the deepest shades that I get during the year. These are my summer shades. So I have a very small window where I can really use these full on. And once that small window closes, I cannot really use these anymore unless I use them for like part of my face, like the outskirts of my face. So I just end up not using them once that window closes because I have other foundations I could just be using like a one and done. This one is from Tarte. This one is obviously from Hourglass. I really wish I had an Hourglass foundation stick in a lighter shade so that I could wear it during the winter months, but I don't. So I don't know if I'll be able to pan one of these this year or not, but I love having them, and when I get dark enough to use them, I enjoy using them every year. So thank goodness they've been holding up for as long as they have, and they haven't gone bad, but I'm still at 2. Okay, here are my color correctors. I had 9 last year and I'm down to 7. I used up 2 and no new ones came in, so this category is getting under control. I'm currently working on this green color corrector and this one. They both have pan. I'm making good progress on them. This green is going to last me for at least another year, if not longer. I've already been working on it for like 5 months and it's going really slow. This I definitely think I will finish before the end of 2021, so that's good. It's not a great color corrector. It's not really pigmented. It goes on kind of thin and doesn't provide a lot of coverage. So I am just trying to use it up and move it out. And once I finish this one, I think the Pixie is my oldest product out of the bunch. So I'll probably start working on that one once I eventually finish this one. I also have a Becca one, a Catrice one, Elf, and Maybelline. This Maybelline is way too dark for my skin tone. I should not have bought it. I am looking at different ways to use that up. The most obvious option is as an eyeshadow primer or as a cream blush. This does not work as an under eye corrector for my skin tone. If you are this color, don't buy that. It's not a good deal. But yes, I'm happy to be down by 2. One of the items I finished was a color correcting palette. So although it was only one product that moved out, it kind of felt like 4 products. Plus, I finished a Rimmel concealer that I was using as a color correcting stick. So that's good. Okay, here are my concealers. This category has gone down by 3. I'm very happy to report that I am finally out of the 30s, which is ridiculous. I was at 31. Yeah, and now I'm at 28 for concealers. That's still about 25 too many, in my opinion, but I'm heading in the right direction, and I'm happy about that. I am currently working on this Tarte Shape Tape. It wasn't a project at the end of 2020, and even though that project ended, I'm still just using it every single day. I don't know if it's my holy grail concealer. I feel like I'm finally making it work for me, and it does provide a lot of coverage. So I'm not mad at it. I don't know if I would rebuy this concealer, but yeah, I'm enjoying it for what it is. I am thinking out of all of these, I don't know what I'm going to work on for 2021. I'm thinking this Edward Best one might go into A to Z because I have an open spot for the letter B. It's got a magnetic closure, which is kind of cool. And it's a nice light shade. I don't remember the last time I used this, so I don't know how it does on my under eyes. And that's really what I need a concealer for, is my under eyes. Maybe I should tackle one of those pots. I don't know. This is from Mascara Beauty. It's a very yellowy shade, and it's part of a highlight and contour set. This is a concealer and powder duo. So that's a concealer and that's a setting powder. I don't know what I should work on next year. Or this year. That's why I got to get this inventory done so I could decide. But maybe the Edward Best. I don't know. Secret concealer. Anywho, I'll keep working on these concealers. I'm going to try really hard not to buy any new ones because I want this category to go down really, really bad. And hopefully it will do that again this year. Okay, here are my loose powders. Some of these are like powder foundations. Others are just kind of setting powders. I really should go through here and see what of each category I have, but for now I just lump them all together. I had 17 last year and I have 18 this year. I actually had 2 new setting powders come in the past year, and I used up one. It was a small one. This is from Givenchy, and it is the Prisma Libre, and I think I received that from Influencer. And then this is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Loose Setting Powder that I purchased for 50% off. I do want to put one of these in a project for this year to get my number back down again. I think this guy is a likely candidate. There isn't a ton of powder in here. This is a really old product and it would feel good to move it out. So I think this is going to go in a project for this year. Ooh, don't look at my hands. Oh, no. They're super dry. Ooh, don't look at my, oh my gosh, don't look at my dry hands.
some lotion though.
I need some lotion. Okay, here are my face powders that are depotted. I only have 3. I've had 3 for a couple years. I had 4 back in 2019, and before that I had 5. I did not work on this category at all in the past year. I would love to. Obviously, I would love to knock out this little guy. This looks to be completely matte. Both these have some shimmer to them. This would make a pretty good powder for setting my eyeshadow. I don't know if it'll fit into a project this year or not, but hopefully it will. I would love to finish that little guy right there very much in 2021. Okay, this is my inventory for pressed face powders. Similar to the loose powders, some are like foundation powders with a lot of coverage, and others are more like setting powders that are more translucent or transparent. Yeah, transparent and light, but I keep them all together. I had 21 last year and I have 20 this year. I ended up selling one a few months ago. It was one of my Laura Geller baked foundations. I sold it to a subscriber. The one that I've been working on for all of 2020 is this itty bitty guy right here from Winky Lux. I only used it to set my eyeshadow primer, so that's why it went so slowly. I do have some good pan. I'm really confident I could finish it in 2021, but I'm disappointed I didn't get it done by today. I was working on a palette of face powders for my face setting powder, and I don't know if I'm going to be working on any of these for 2021. I think I'd like to finish this one, of course, and finish the face palette that I was working on. And once I get through those two, I might be working on a loose setting powder or a depotted single. Not one of these. But we'll see. I'm glad no new ones came in, but I wish I would have finished this one in time for this video, but I didn't. Okay, this is the last category for part 1 of my makeup inventory. These are my setting sprays. I do love a good setting spray. I had 6 setting sprays last year. I used up 3 of them and I purchased this one, so I'm at 4 now. I'm currently working on this Ofra makeup fixer, but I don't like the pump on this bottle, so I have it poured into an Urban Decay all-nighter setting spray bottle, which works much better. I haven't used either of these 2 sprays yet. This one I tried and I feel like it makes me look a little bit greasy. Not dewy, just greasy. So, I mean, it's January, so if there's a time to use it, it's now. So I'm keeping this in my bathroom, but I'm reaching for this one every day instead of this one, so I don't know. I probably won't be putting setting sprays in a project, but I am always working on them, and my goal, like my skincare category, is to not have more than a year's worth of product at any one time. That seems like excessive. Like 1 year of backups is enough. And so I do feel like I'm good. I don't know if I have a holy grail setting spray. If I did, it would probably be the all-nighter from Urban Decay, although I do like this Ofra one a lot. And I love MAC, but MAC is not cruelty-free, so I would say those 3 are my top 3 setting sprays. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching part 1 of my makeup inventory, and I will see you tomorrow with part 2. Bye.